A.D. Williams, Martin Luther King Jr.'s brother, once said, "Imagine what 7 billion humans could accomplish if we all loved and respected one another." Unfortunately, that is not the reality we live in. Comparison, greed, anger, jealousy, and judgment surround us every day in life. We are heavily influenced by our feelings, taking these feelings to be fact rather than fleeting experiences. These feelings even affect the way we treat others, and in turn affect the way others treat us. But these feelings all have one cause, a lack of true understanding. For if every person had a book on everything about their lives, the odd ends, the reasons, the feelings they felt, I bet every person would understand others' actions and their justifications. Take this for example. A woman buys a salad at a cafeteria at a train station. After she sits down, she realizes that she has no fork and returns to the service counter to get one. When she comes back, she finds an old man who appears to be homeless sitting down and eating her lunch. How dare he? She claims that he is eating her salad. He ignores her at first, then laughs at her continued protests. She watches him eat for several moments, not sure what else to do. Finally, the woman grabs her fork and snatches a piece of salad off the plate. The man does not stop her, and she does it again, and the man and woman take turns eating the salad until it is completely finished. Afterwards, the man gets up and returns with 2 cups of coffee, and offers her sugar, which she declines. She brings the cup up to her mouth, but then puts it down and leaves the restaurant. Once outside, she realizes that she does not have her bags. She returns to the cafeteria, but she can't find the bags in the booth she was sitting in. Anxious, she paces back and forth until she looks over and finds her bags in an empty booth, with her uneaten salad on the table. Realizing that the man never actually stole her salad and instead was eating his own, she is in awe. She was actually the one to steal the salad, but the man did not get angry. Each day, we make interactions with many people. This allows for the brain to come up with stories about why others act in certain ways very quickly. The stories we tell ourselves about situations we are in heavily dictates our reactions, especially in situations in which one is overwhelmed and it can feel like the world is out to get us. This makes it hard to not place blame on other people. As in the story, the woman assumes that the homeless man stole her salad. She is greatly upset because she believes he should not have eaten her salad that she bought with her own money, and he was only out to get her. She came up with this entire story, failing to take a step back and analyze why this is what she thought. She didn't even take the time to observe her surroundings and find her actual salad. On the other hand, the man could have gotten very angry with the woman, telling himself a story about her greediness and how she should not have eaten his salad right in front of him. Why didn't he get mad? There are several possible reasons why, but he decided to feed into peace rather than anger. The story he may have told himself was, "This woman has had a bad day. She doesn't seem to be in a very good place. Maybe she needs this salad more than I do." The stories we tell ourselves are our view of the world. They can create conflict or lessen it. It's up to us to decide which one we want in our lives. The more grace we can treat each other with, the more candid we can be with each other. Cultivating an environment in which everyone feels accepted rather than judged could be a turning point in our history. Judgment is one of the biggest enemies of our society. There is a portion of it that cannot be stopped. Subconsciously, people judge others as soon as they see them. Despite this fact, it is not believed that this is one's true judgment. If one is able to pull back and analyze their first response and revise it, it is the second thought that is the true one. Many people find judgment, among many other things, to be one of the many obstacles of their life which leads to people holding feelings in. We had 100 people fill out a survey regarding shifting the way we treat others. Of these 100 people, 75% said that they hold their feelings in. Of this 75%, 27% said that they hold their feelings in because of judgment, 23% said it was because they are scared, and 22% said it was because they don't want to burden others. 9% said society trains us not to express our feelings or that no one will care. We need to change this. Holding feelings in causes one to be unsure of how to express themselves, and they are more likely to express their feelings in unhealthy ways. Teaching people to express their feelings in ways that are kind and loving will ultimately lead to more love in the world. People will understand that their feelings are valuable, and they won't feel like burdens to others. In order to do this, it is important for people to know how to listen. In having a conversation with someone, people want to be heard, but when everyone is always thinking about their response while the other is talking, how can anyone ever truly be listening? When one has finished what they want to say, the easiest and usually best way to respond is, "What do you need within this moment? What can I do for you?" Expressing and listening are key components to healthy people and relationships. The lack of good listening and expressing continues to add to the growing mental illness in our country as well. We also asked 100 people whether they believe that all people deserve kindness. 92% of people said that everyone does, whereas 8% said the opposite. Following up, we asked if people would share any personal stories regarding to this concept. One student said, "I've seen in my life and the lives of those around me the effect kindness can have versus the effect negativity and cruelty can have. Obviously, the former is much better, and it lets people know that they are loved and wanted. I think that if everyone was shown more kindness many of the problems in the world today wouldn't exist. People might not be as depressed or cruel and judgmental towards others." Another student said, "Often my first reaction to someone behaving badly is anger. But if I stop and try to see things from their point of view, the anger evaporates. If I choose not to blame or accuse, that opens up space for the other person to accept responsibility or even ask for help. From a place of empathy, we can work together for a solution that helps us both. We end up closer instead of divided, and the original situation can improve as well because now we face it as a team." Another said, "Not everyone deserves kindness. Nobody deserves anything. But a good, compassionate person gives kindness regardless of what people deserve." What do you think of the way that the people in our country treat others?
If you stop and you start looking around at everyone and everything, then you really notice that there's a lot more good happening in the world that tends to be overlooked and not talked about as much.
In regards to the way we treat others, what do you think needs to change?
I think more people need to find the balance between all the issues of respecting others, tolerance of people that are different, those kind of things. And if you are not in that balance or cannot find that balance, you should not be allowed to have a gun and shoot in schools.
What is the solution for shifting the way we treat others?
A lot of us don't think of ourselves or don't care for ourselves as we should, and we don't strive to be the best people that we can be. The way that we treat others ultimately starts with the way we look at ourselves, the way we treat ourselves. Getting up every morning and doing what's best for us, even though we don't want to do it.
That while it's super hard to do, people need to just set aside their prejudices and their hard feelings against one another, because really you have no idea what people are going through.
I think that as a society we need to stop promoting hate and make it wrong for you to start looking down on other people just because they aren't the same as you.
I think the most important thing anyone can do to improve their day and other people's day is smile, because it's small, but it improves ourselves every day. That smile.
I mean, it's really a matter of how well you treat them. That's how they're going to treat you.
To be more genuine in what we say, we should really mean what we say instead of just saying things. Don't be fake. Be true to who you are.
Treat ourselves differently and think differently about ourselves, and then we'll be able to look at others.
In a world where the negative seems to be ever more present than the positive, be the light that reminds others the world is not all bad. Be kind. Smile as much as you can, because not only will that bring happiness to your day, but it will to those around you. Tell the people that bring you the most happiness that you appreciate them. Say hi to the kid that sits alone at lunch every day. The smallest thing can change someone's world. You'll never regret being kind. Ian McLaren once said, "Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about."
So currently, I think a lot of people act how they drive, and by that I mean if you're driving down the road and someone's you're tailgating somebody and you want them to speed up, you pass them and you say, "Oh, that guy's a jerk for going so slow." But the next person, you're riding the right lane and the guy flies by you 80 miles an hour in the left lane. You're like, "Oh my gosh, that guy's crazy," right? So people that are driving slower than you are stupid, and people that drive faster than you are crazy, right? So if everyone was like you, it'd be perfect. And so I would say if everyone was like me, it'd be a better world.